Annotations in custom dashboards allow Coralogix users to overlay insights on top of an existing graph. Allow me to give you an example. I have a line chart here, and if I open up the query, we can see that I am filtering, I'm getting the average latency, and I'm grouping it by the city in which that latency originated. So we can see various different cities here, Westminster and San Antonio, Berlin, and so on. I have a question, however. I want to see every single time the latency spikes for a given country. And I want to see it every time it goes over, let's say, 500 milliseconds would be pretty good. We go higher, 600. We can see the highest in this time frame here is 600 milliseconds. So how do we do that? Well, first we go to Manage Annotations. This will open up the side pane, and we can actually add a new annotation right here. We can call the annotation Country Spikes. It seems appropriate. The data source is metrics, which is convenient because that's also the data source of our widget. And I've already predefined a bit of a query here to get us started. So what I can see here is that we have this appearing, and we can see all these spikes happening. This is a big spike here, by the way. And I'm filtering by country instead of by city. And I want to say, well, anything over, let's say, 800, for example. And now it will show me the annotations as they appear when they're necessary, which is kind of cool. The metrics to annotation here, so you can see it's custom, and I can actually add a text message in here if I choose to. So for example, I can say country spike occurred. And if you want to know how to use the templating service there, you can actually hover over the question mark, and you can see the different label values that you can actually inject into here. So for example, country. And then we can choose labels as well that are going to appear. I'll add the country label there. Now when I save this, what happens is we have the country spikes. And if I expand this to maybe a longer period of time, say 24 hours, we can see moments when a country spiked at the same time. So we can see Israel here spiked. And we can also see that Jerusalem is very high, but also San Francisco is high. So now we're seeing multi-layered insights over a given widget without having to complicate the actual query of the widget. And of course, we can enable and disable these. So as we use the dashboard, we can say, hey, were there any country spikes at the time? Yeah, let me turn this on and see. And we see a bunch have happened. And we see during this volatility, actually, where many cities have changed, we can see that the country spikes happened in different places at different times. Here is Sweden, for example. And at this point, it's still Sweden and Sweden. So Sweden has actually caused a massive impact globally. So this gives us an idea about the interconnectedness of our system, and it gives us some idea about where the root cause might be. So just by using this widget here and just by using this annotation, I can look at what on the surface here without this annotation, everything kind of goes crazy. And when I hover over it and just by doing this example, I see that the annotation tells me that actually something interesting is happening in Sweden during most of this particular impact. That's kind of cool. And this is a really, really nice use case for why annotations are so important. They are kind of a level 2 behavior when you're building out custom dashboards, but they just give you a really, really nice additional bit of enriched information on top of your widgets.